Hello there, welcome to my channel. My name's Catherine and this is So Much Sewing. In this video I'm going to show you fabrics that I've purchased over the last sort of 3 or 4 months. I haven't purchased anything, well, I haven't purchased these very recently. I do have some other fabrics coming in the not too distant future, but these ones I've been saving up to show you because I haven't been doing any sewing, haven't been doing videos, so haven't had the opportunity to show you them yet, so I'm just doing them all in one go. And what I thought I would do is, as I show you the fabrics, if any particular pattern comes to mind, I will mention it. I haven't put a lot of thought into pairing patterns with these fabrics at the moment. Probably I did when I purchased them, so maybe as I'm holding the fabric and stroking it, maybe that inspiration will come back to me, but we'll see how it goes. And hopefully there is some interesting fabrics here for you. Obviously overseas viewers won't be able to get this particular fabric, and most of it came from Harmer and Huff here in New Zealand, who actually closed down. They had an amazing 40 or 50% off or something like that. So while it was extremely sad that they are closing down, I got some great bargains. So yeah, let's jump in. Oh, actually this one here I've shown you already. I showed you in a previous video. I got this from Miss Maud. It's a nice wintry weight. It's really, I think it's a really deep inky blue and grey and some sort of almost lurexy type threads in there, but that obviously I won't be using anytime soon because we are heading into, well, we're in spring, so our weather's only going to get warmer and warmer. And this also is a wintry fabric. I bought this, we were in the middle of winter when I bought it. It's a boiled wool, quite a nice heavy gauge, not too heavy though, not coat weight. I could certainly, I bought this to make some kind of a jumper with, maybe something like the Sweet Cheeks. I just thought if I made it in this boiled wool, it might sort of elevate the Sweet Cheeks a little bit, and you know, and be a nice sort of a basic, but an elevated basic. Actually, I'll show you my big box of fabric that I've got to show you. It's pretty big and it's pretty heavy and pretty full. So, but this one actually, it's nothing much. It's a cotton. There's very little stretch in it. Cotton knit with very little stretch. I don't know about the quality. I got this on Trade Me, so somebody's D-stash. I got it for a really great price. It's a very bright pink. It's probably going to be some loungewear for around the house, I would say. It's probably going to be an unwind long-sleeved top, or what else might it be? It also could be a Sweet Cheeks, sort of a lightweight sweatshirt type of thing for lounging around the house. This is beautiful. I think it was a Tencel jersey. The feel of it is so silky smooth. It's quite a firm feel to it. Got some good stretch horizontally, and that's vertically. This is obviously going to be some kind of beautiful, not obviously, but it's going to be some kind of beautiful t-shirt. Again, I feel like this is probably going to be an elevated basic. Again, I'm probably thinking a Staley t-shirt, long-sleeved t-shirt with the scooped hemline. I am wearing my Staley today, not that you can see because it's under a ready-to-wear sweatshirt because it's a bit jilly-willy. So yes, this will be an elevated long sleeved t-shirt. This is just such amazingly beautiful quality. This was from Harmer and Huff as part of their going out of business sale, which again is extremely sad. I think they were only around for a couple of years, but their sort of marketing release said that she was off doing other things with the family and could no longer do the fabric business. So there we go. Beautiful olivey green colour. Nice. In my last video, I did actually talk about potentially making the Takara dress by Seamwork into a t-shirt, and if I'll do some practicing on shortening that, and I widened the sleeve head for the nightie that I made recently, so I made that quite a lot wider. So I might practice with putting a band, widening the band and putting a short band on there as well. I know Karina from Lifting Pins and Needles has done a video on putting a sleeve on any dolman top or dress, so I might see if I can find that video and see what her suggestion is for putting a little sleeve. But I think that would be quite nice if it was a nice boxy drapey t-shirt with a bit of a sleeve on it. Maybe not the tight sleeve that the Takara comes with, maybe a version of that. Maybe I can just widen that. I'll have a little play around with some practice fabric and see where I get to with that, but I do see that as a nice drapey, boxy, elevated t-shirt. I've just been hit by inspiration as I was editing this video, as I knew I would be, and I just had a thought about this olive green jersey. I have this dress here. It is a ready-to-wear dress by New Zealand designer Jason Lingard. I love this dress, but I just thought that this, now in the video the colours are so obviously different, but much less so in real life. They look very, very similar in real life, in this light anyway. So I just thought maybe that could be a really nice little boxy shrug, almost like a kimono-y, even though I'm not sure we're supposed to use that term anymore because it's cultural appropriation, but some kind of boxy kimono-y type little crop jacket to go over the top of that might be really nice. So I will think on that, and hopefully I'll be able to find some images to pop into the video. This again is from Harmer and Huff. Look at that beautiful pink. It's a washed or an antiqued linen. This, I did have plans to make the Jenna shirt by Closet Core. Well, I say I did. I still do have plans. That is what I would like to make in this. But I am nervous. If you saw my last video, I am nervous about the placket cuffs, the tower plackets rather, sorry, because I do have trouble with them. I can put the collar on okay, so long as I don't put that on upside down, as I often do. But yeah, I just would hate to ruin the tower plackets on this. I would hate to ruin it because it would stand out. In my last Jenna shirt, it was made in a sort of a an animal print type. It was a busy print, and so you can't see that the tower placket is fluffed up. But this, you would definitely see any mistake. So that I would be nervous about. But that was the intention for this, and it may well still be what this ends up made into. But actually I've got 3 meters of this, so I could do much more than the Jenna shirt. I could do a long, would I do a dress, or would I just fancy this as a sort of a shirt, you know, with a collar on it, some kind of a collar. So this could be wonderful in a very long sort of a shirt dress. I know I've got the, what do you call it? It's a style arc shirt dress, which I've had for a long time. And in fact, I might have it in the wrong size. I might have bought it in the larger size range. So I might not have it in my current size range. Kristen from the Dahlia Society likes the Rita shirt dress. I think it's by Named Clothing, and I have to say that is a little bit appealing to me as well. But I like the idea of an oversized billowy shirt or shirt dress. So what are your thoughts? Have you got any ideas on big sort of oversized billowy shirt dresses? Because I've got 3 meters. There's plenty there for that. I have previously made the Style Arc Ane shirt dress, but I wasn't a huge fan of the it's got a 2-part sleeve on it with the seam running up here like this, a curved seam. I did find it a little tricky to get that curved seam sitting nicely. Plus there's something a bit odd with the collar on that, and I know I've seen someone else, another YouTuber, say that they thought that the collar was a little bit funny on it. I made it work, and I did make 2 of them, which I love, but I'm not sure I would go there again with this fabric. I'm looking at it, just trying to imagine it. I think a really nice big loose billowy duster length shirt would be the way to go. Please let me know what your thoughts are. What pattern springs to mind for you that that reminds you of, that description reminds you of. This is another beautiful tencel jersey from Harmer and Huff, same as the olivey one I showed you earlier. This actually might be nice in the Takara dress as an actual dress. How much have I got of this one? I probably got 2 meters, I would say. Yeah, probably 2 meters by the looks of it. So that would be no more than enough for the dress version. Again, I think I'd probably go with the no sleeve version. I really liked how I widened the sleeve on the version I made and I showed you last week. So I probably would go with that. Yeah, that's what that will be. Here we have 3 meters of a viscose crepe, sort of a Georgette crepey texture. Harmer and Huff again, see-through. I presume you can, yes, I think you can see through that. And this reminds me so much of the early 1990s. They had lots of this sort of print in vogue. And so I love the touch of pink in there. I can't remember it doesn't say anything on the selvage. I can't remember the brand. Sorry, but yeah, Harmer and Huff again, part of their going out of sale offerings. I feel like a Sydney dress by Style Arc springs to mind in this, or if not the Sydney dress, then something very similar but more in a tunic length. Actually, something that just popped into my mind, Tina Givens has a sort of a tunicky type thing with drawstring up the front. I do have that pattern, so maybe that could be a possibility, but I feel like this would be a nice sort of a tunicky thing that I could wear over slim leg trousers or even wide leg trousers perhaps. Maybe some sort of like pedal pusher leggings, that sort of length. I feel like a bit of a cracked record, but again, a shirt would be great in this. I know the Pattern Emporium has got the all-in easy fit shirt, which has got an easier sort of collar construction than something like the Jenna, which I think would be good because I feel like working with this drapey, slippy viscose might be difficult when it comes to making a shirt collar. I know people do it, but that sort of feels a little bit daunting to me, to be using this kind of fabric to for making a collar stand and what have you. But anyway, there's that. This rayon I had my eyes on for so long. I can't tell you how often I nearly bought this at full price. What does it say? Oecotex. Oh, it's Art Gallery. It's an Art Gallery fabric. I know it's rayon. I got 3 meters of this. I just love this little black. I just am really into black at the moment. I've been into black my whole life. I love black. I'm a big black wearer, and I do try and break out of that habit and wearing other colors because I do love color as well. But I feel very comfy and at home in black, and this with the grey sort of fractured circly oblongy thing on there is just yeah, I love it. So what would you guys suggest for this? It's all wrinkled. It's been folded up for months and months on end in storage. 3 meters. I'll have to put my thinking cap on. If I think of anything while I'm editing, I will pop a picture in just to let you know where my thoughts are ending up. But yeah, I think that is lovely. Here we have a Lady McElroy print. Again, this is one from Harm & Huff that I had looked at for many, many months and almost bought it many times. So with her closing down sale, I went ahead and bought it, and I just feel so bad. If I'd bought some of these fabrics that I had been looking at, you know, in the months leading up to the close down, maybe I would have helped keep the store open. I don't know, but I don't know. She said she had family things to do, so yeah, I can't help but feel responsible that because I didn't buy some fabric, the store closed down, which is a ridiculous thing to think. Stop it. Anywho, 3 meters again of this fabric. Oh, barrel-legged trousers. Now, I prefer a skinny leg. I really do prefer a skinny leg trouser, but I do like a wider leg. I just have to be careful with the proportions. I am never ever going to wear a pair of trousers with a cropped top, you know, up to my waist. You can't see what I'm doing here, but I'm up to my waist. I'm never going to do that. So I have to be careful with wider leg trousers. So if I've got an oversized top on top of barrel-legged or wide-legged trousers, then that could make me look very sort of round and untidy and larger than I am, which nobody wants that. So, but barrel-legged trousers do spring to mind with these. Or I could even make the almost long trousers by the assembly line that I have made before. That could be nice in there, but I've got 3 meters. So I could make some trousers and then make some kind of top as well. I don't know. Suggestions on a postcard, please, down below. Some more jersey fabric. Just as well, I recently told you that I need to update my loungewear selection because I have much jersey. Again, it feels like that same tencel jersey from Harm & Huff. I've got the olive, I've got the sort of a sky blue, more like a sort of a slatey blue. It's coming up a little bit brighter on the camera than it is in real life. It's a bit duskier than that. And the blue, again, that's coming up a little bit brighter than it actually is in real life. And I also have this sort of, I think they called it sea glass, this color as well. So many t-shirts many pairs of perhaps some kind of relaxed jogger, but probably mostly t-shirts and loose, comfy, like the Takara dress. But I need to come up with a different, I don't want to make the same thing. I don't want to make many versions of the same thing. I would like to play around with that Takara dress as I talked to you about, and you know, make one or two of those. But I want to have some other styles in my wardrobe as well. I don't want to be a one-hit wonder either for you guys or for me. You know, there's so many possibilities out there. I need to get my thinking cap on, and you know, come up with some really good options. This is my final piece of jersey, I believe, and this came from the fabric store. I think they still have a little bit of this left. This again is coming up much more vibrant on the camera than it is in real life. It's much more subdued than that. But this is really fun. This would be amazing t-shirts, of course, or some sort of more joggery type pant pattern, or an unwind again. But yep, that is also, I mean, how well does that go with that? Well, I mean, blue on blue. Can you go wrong with blue on blue? I'm not sure. Anyway, the final piece of fabric I have to show you. Now, where did this come from? I actually can't remember where this came from. It's a navy. It's not that color. It's much deeper navy. It's actually very similar in color to the last this blue jersey, but it's deeper than that. Cotton hail spot type fabric. How much do I have of this? 3 meters. What do we think? This would be, I mean, obviously very summery, easy breezy. It's a little bit a stiffer hand. It's not stiff. I mean, you can see that I can do this to it, but it's not quite as drapey and soft as I thought it was going to be, but I think it'll probably wash up much softer. This. I've recently seen a shirt pattern by Trend Patterns. It's a pussy bow blouse. That actually, the pussy bow blouse would be really nice made up. It would be very fancy. It would be a very fancy blouse. But that could be really nice made up in that. And also in this, it takes quite a bit of fabric. So 3 meters is probably not far off because it's got a lot of gathering around the bottom. Because this is a bit on the... Yeah, I don't know, but that could be a good option for that blouse as well. And the other thing I got was some labels by Lise Taylor. Sewing, love sewing. So I got those. I got 2 packets of those. So they were $5 a packet on sale, which is pretty good because in New Zealand you pay 10, maybe $12 for labels. So there we go. That is my little collection of fabrics. I hope that was interesting for you. I mean, it's always nice to see what other people are buying. I would like some suggestions on patterns for those fabrics, especially the jersey. And I just seem to be on a shirt kick at the moment. The Jenna shirt, this shirt dresses. I'm a bit of a broken record, so help me break out of my mold at the moment and see if we can come up with some other suggestions for these amazing fabrics. I can't believe that I have some of these. Like I say, I'd been looking at them for months and months, and I had been trying not to spend money. But when the sale came up, how could you not buy those things that you've been looking at for months and months at 40% off or 50% off or whatever they were? So anyway, working on convincing myself, guys. So that is pretty much it for this video. I look forward to seeing your suggestions down below. And I also look forward to seeing you next week. I'm going to show you the shirt that I have been working on next week. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you then. So I hope you're all well and I hope you're all happy. And I hope you're getting lots of sewing done. And I will see you again next time.